Hello, everybody. This is Leni Schwendinger coming to you from New York City, Midtown, Hell's Kitchen, on an autumnal day here. It's bright and beautiful. And I'm very excited to share with you the night seeing program, in particular the light walk that we're going to take together on January 12th during the ARC Show. I thought I'd better give you a little bit of background about myself and Light Projects, my firm. We're almost 20 years old, which is pretty wonderful. And we've been through the questions of art and design and what is the difference. And finally, we've just decided that we create art, we create design, and we fuse the two together with light. And we create wondrous experiences for people. So experience is really what we're creating, especially during the nighttime in cities. We work on public lighting projects almost exclusively. We collaborate with urban planners and engineers and landscape architects. We like to think that we're very innovative. We try new things. We take chances and experiments and create tests back at the studio and work with manufacturers to innovate new concepts as well as new equipment and technologies. We're also at the same time very sensitive to people and communities that inhabit the spaces that we design lighting experiences for, and work on quite a few landmark structures. That's a goal of ours, is to work on landmarks. We also do public art commissions that are actually called art, public art, and those are features in the architectural world that help to embellish and punctuate the urban environment with light after dark. I'm just going to run through a few projects first because I want you to get a sense of who I am and where I'm coming from, and that will help you understand where the night seeing program came from, something we invented just about a year ago. First of all, a project from Seattle, Washington, an idea of a promenade immersed in color, metal mesh scrims vertically mounted that capture light in a series of panels and programming melodies for the eyes. I had a friend call me on her cell phone one day back in 2004 and say, "Leni, I'm breathing in color." And I thought, that's what we wanted. We've done it. And, of course, it's a melody for the eyes, so the colors change over time. And it's a promenade that's adjacent to an opera house and theaters. So the idea for the client and for ourselves was to bring the theatrical experience into the public realm for anyone, ticket holder or not, to experience the drama of theater. Well, believe it or not, we think transportation environments can be gathering spaces. This image of the Triple Bridge Gateway at a large bus terminal in Manhattan, in fact, a few blocks away from our studio, was a dark, dingy, pigeon-infested, kind of vagrant, frequented divider between two neighborhoods, and that was a long time ago. It took 8 years, actually, to create the Triple Bridge Gateway, and now it is a gathering space, a transformed connector between two neighborhoods with light and color. And by the way, that's white light, which is suffused and reflected back from the bridges. Here's another bridge project. This is actually, as you can see, an animation, a rendering. I always say that proposals are great. They give your clients and the world a sense of the ideas that you have, whether you win a competition or not. Here for the Brandywine River and the big interstate highway above, we envisioned a sparkle of fireflies flocking around the Brutalist Bridge. And I think that creating your ideas as animations and renderings is really worthwhile to do. It's helped us a lot to get projects and help us to work through our ideas. another brutalist bridge, one in Glasgow, in Scotland, is the Kingston Bridge. And here, for chroma streams, tides and traffic, we use light as a display medium, as a communication, to reveal the tide and the traffic, the two great flows, juxtaposing those colors with a color palette to represent the internal combustion machine, the warm colors, and the river, the cool colors. There are 142 states of color that can occur during this project through sensors mounted above the bridge and a tidal program in a black box. We like to have our projects reveal themselves during the day as well, and this was done quite a while ago before LEDs could be direct view as an art medium. So we created, with our architects, this tidal graphic, in a sense, this tidal sine wave to mount the lights on. Okay, keeping on going with a few of our projects, just so that you know who we are and who I am and why we created the Night Seeing program. We have the Coney Island parachute jump, which is basically an icon at this point for Coney Island. It's not working as a parachute jump anymore. And we created washes of light that appear from the bottom, the middle, the top, and back down, programmed to give a sense of movement, the parachutes from the 40s and the 60s that people would mount and fly down as a theme, kind of a theme park ride. And also we created the LED lights on the top that you see, and also there's some interspaced into the tower to create crazy patterns on the different nights of Coney Island season. So you see by the projects that I've led light projects in a series of urban interventions, all public space interventions. I've chosen to show you some of the more outrageous ones, the more conceptual ones, the ones that have great ideas behind them, rather than the parks and the plazas and the terminals that we design, just to give you a sense of environments that can be created in cities and how we can engage visitors, users, people like you and me, citizens, to enjoy light and to experience space in a new way. And in this way, I have created a hybrid identity. I like to think of it that, you know, I started as a theater lighting designer and then thought, well, let me take these ideas out into the street. I'm tired of doing projects inside in the sacred space of the theater. I want to produce environments in the street where people already are, and that led to the idea of the public artist, the artist who creates artworks for anyone to see that are not hidden in galleries, that are available for anyone, anywhere to stumble upon. And then later came upon the idea that, hey, there is this discipline called urban planning. And urban planning has to do with cities and types of land use and buildings and parks and the locations thereof, economic development and all of those things. And I thought, well, you know what? I'm a lighting urbanist. That's what I am. And so we've recently been doing lighting charrettes, community charrettes. You see the upper left corner project in Little Italy, Chinatown, historic district in New York City, discussing the walks from the subways to the restaurants and the contradictions between Little Italy and Chinatown and all sorts of issues that the merchants and community are concerned with. At the bottom, you'll see some of the earlier projects, a projection on the post office from 1993 in the middle, the center at the bottom, a new project at the left, little strips of LED light that are produced seasonally, and on the right at the bottom, Landmark Wales proposal that sadly we came in approximately second. But again, making up these proposals really helps us to refine our ideas and present them to our clients. Moving right along into the Night Seeing program. I hope to see you all in London on January 12th at 8:45 if you sign up for the Night Seeing Walk, the Light Walk. Many light walks that we know of are really focused around good design, design of lighting on buildings, good plaza design, pointing these things out and what good design is. My Night Seeing Light Walk is really a treasure hunt. It's an adventure for all of us, discovering the vernacular light, the existing light and shadows, those which appear because of lighting found, private or public, that is there anyway. There are 3 systems of lighting in my theory, and we will go over that during the walk. But the idea is really to create a dérive, a wandering through the city, following the light. It's experiential. If you look up on YouTube, you'll see our Night City movie. I hope that you will. Here I guide the camera and the audience through a Greenwich Village light walk, and it's a lot of fun. It will give you a sense of the spirit of the Night Seeing program.